Hey guys, my name is Nora Franche, and welcome to the podcast Grateful Blessed Mess, daily reflections for those in the 12 steps. I am a fellow 12-stepper and certified mindset coach, and I am here to introduce you to the value of mindset coaching in your 12-step journey. So if you feel like you are stuck in the steps, if you're slipping and sliding with your abstinence, mindset coaching may help you as it did me, and you can find me at catholicmindsetcoaching.com. These episodes are meant to invite you in to consider the truths of 12-step wisdom and to join in the very real struggle of living them in action. I hope that it feels almost like a mini meeting, and I invite you to contribute your own share on the Grateful Blessedness Facebook group to keep the discussion going. My comments are based on my own experience, so feel free to take what you like and leave the rest. But my hope is to encourage you on your own daily 12-step journey. As they say, you cannot stay clean on yesterday's shower. So without further ado, let's begin. Hey guys, we are reading from Daily Reflections. The reading for May 23rd on page 152, Spiritual Health. When the spiritual malady is overcome, we straighten out mentally and physically. That's from the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous, page 64. It is very difficult for me to come to terms with my spiritual illness because of my great pride, disguised by my material successes and my intellectual power. Intelligence is not incompatible with humility, provided I place humility first. To seek prestige and wealth is the ultimate goal for many in the modern world. To be fashionable and to seem better than I really am is a spiritual illness. To recognize and to admit my weaknesses is the beginning of good spiritual health. It is a sign of spiritual health to be able to ask God every day to enlighten me, to recognize His will, and to have the strength to execute it. My spiritual health is excellent when I realize that the better I get, the more I discover how much help I need from others. Okay. Yeah, I was just thinking about this again yesterday because I found this little book about humility, and something that just makes so much sense to me, something that really helped me understand humility, was the acceptance, something in it being the acceptance of who you are. So knowing who you are, knowing who you're not, and believing that both are okay and good. And so if that's the case, if humility is accepting the truth of who I am, is believing that I am what I am, that I can do what I can do, that I can't do what I can't do, kind of a thing, then pride is the opposite of that, in that it's believing I am more or less than what I am. And it's very common throughout spiritual tradition that pride and humility are opposites. They are counterposed to each other. But because humility is accepting the truth of who I am, pride in this way is somehow, it's the rejection of who I am, but in another sense, it's the delusion of believing that I am something that I am not. And so in that sense, I've described pride as a cognitive distortion, which I think that it is, because although we can beat ourselves up and be like, I'm so arrogant, I'm so proud, pride comes before the fall. It does. But the funny thing is that it says here that once the spiritual malady is overcome, we straighten out mentally and physically. I think pride kind of falls in that mental category, that it's a cognitive distortion. It's a rejection of reality. It's believing things to be something that they aren't. And we've described mental wellness as the degree in which my mind is in congruence with reality. So if you think about it that way, this kind of pride, where I believe that I'm something that I'm not, either more than I am or less than I am, or just not what I am, is a type of insanity. And it leads to mental illness, but it comes from a spiritual malady, which is the absence of humility in my life. And I think that is just like a gift of God that is helped by our human formation by parents and teachers, and then as adults, the type of self-development or education that we seek out. And the 12 steps is a place to learn what it is to be humble. It's a place where we can say, I am powerless over X, Y, and Z. That I believe there is a power greater than myself that can restore me to sanity. And so this is the place. This is the place. This is a place. This is a good place where we can come to accept who we are, to love who we are, to learn to let go, let God, to not think about or worry about the things that we aren't. And in a sense, marvel at the things in other people that perhaps we wish we were or had. And then find gratitude for the things within us that are. I think an overflow of spiritual wellness, of mental wellness, of physical healing will come from that place. With that, I pass. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If you feel that mindset coaching could help you on your 12-step journey, please feel free to reach out and find me at catholicmindsetcoaching.com. This is not a replacement for 12-step work. This is something outside of the 12 steps. It is simply something that has a heart for the 12 steps and those who are in it. And so, welcome. If you are here, chances are you may also be a bit of a mess. And I hope that you can learn to find some gratitude in the blessings that have come from your messes.